You're listening to KCPR the Rec, your place to recreate, with your host, Caitlin, Jonathan, and Joe.
Hey there, and welcome to KCPR the Rec. Today's podcast, we will bring you a new segment called Jonathan's Bad Dad Joke, discuss the importance of learning teamwork, and bring you what's on deck for Parks and Rec. So, Joe, do you want to get us started with Jonathan's bad dad joke?
Sure.
Jonathan's bad dad joke of the day.
So I do love me some jokes here and there, you know. I enjoy my little chuckle and a laugh every now and then. And some of my favorite types of jokes are bad dad jokes. So, Jonathan, what do you have for us today?
Well, Joe, I think I've got one that's really going to tickle your fancy.
Ooh.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, I thought I'd bring a joke in theme. What do tweenagers give their mothers for Valentine's Day?
Ooh, so tweenagers.
You know, that awkward age right between tween and teen.
Tween and teen. So like 12 and 13-year-olds?
That's the one.
Aha.
What do they give their mothers for Valentine's Day?
I'm going to say
A box of chocolates.
a box of... All right, Forrest Gump. I'm going to say, you know, all their love and appreciation of them. Because, you know, never know ever a tweenager has... really respects their parents too much at that age.
Mothers are totally underrated and undervalued. Well, Joe, what tweenagers give their mothers for Valentine's Day is Uggs and kisses.
So, shoes.
No.
Uggs the shoes.
They're,
Yeah, like the, you know, UGG. Like Uggs, that's a pretty nice gift.
No, like,
Oh, Joe.
like the feeling you're making me have
UGG,
about
it's like,
this joke.
ugh.
Yeah, for ruining his joke.
Yeah.
Into the rec room.
All right. So today we wanted to talk to you guys about teamwork. You know, we were just talking about Valentine's Day, and learning to work together as a team is one of those life skills that you can use in sports and outside of sports. And I thought I'd start off this topic today by asking you, Caitlin and Joe, do you guys have a favorite memory from when you were on a team?
Of course.
Of course we do. Want me to go first, Caitlin?
Yeah, go first, Joe.
Alrighty. So, one of
What teamwork?
Yeah, that's good teamwork right there. We're communicating and everything, you know. So actually, one of my favorite or fondest memories from a past team is actually when I was in college. I want to say about my sophomore year. We beat a team that, you know, it's a team that usually won the conference every year. You know, the year before as a freshman, they beat up on us like 13-2, and you know, it was just, you know, it kind of rubbed us the wrong way. You know, it just didn't feel good. But then, you know, we came back. You know, this was my sophomore year, and you know, we end up beating them. You know, we held them off the entire game, and you know, they had us scouted completely. Like they knew every single play we were going to call, but we just worked together better than them, and to the point that, you know, our coach called a timeout and said, "All right, guys, they know every play we're calling. We got to figure something out for these last 2 minutes." And
What'd you do?
so what we did was, I don't know if anyone here has ever watched the movie Hook. You know, Robin Williams and, you know, and Sean Penn in that movie.
Yeah, it's actually one of my childhood favorites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So one of the everyone's like, "All right, what kind of call you to make?" Like, we got to come up with a fake name, or like what's called Bangarang.
Oh,
So and we come out there, you know, we come out of the timeout. We all start pumping the crowd out and everything too. And then all I remember is we started yelling "Bangarang" as loud as we can at the other team.
yeah. Mass confusion ensues.
Super confusion. I felt like I was staring through their soul and yelling "Bangarang." I think I scared them off a little bit too.
Probably. If you brought the beard that you've got today, that
Oh.
might have also been part of the formula.
It was not as epic as it is now back then.
Wow.
If I had it back then, it probably would have been a lot more scary. Maybe things would have popped out of it and kind of said "boo."
Your beard might have started yelling "Bangarang."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's got a whole mind of its own, man. But the biggest thing was, you know, it was a group effort. You know, we all really worked together. It's like something we know we wanted to do, and you know, if we beat them, this was definitely a sign that we were going to make playoffs, which we did. It was the first time in team history that we made playoffs, and
Nice.
that was huge for our program
Congrats.
because we were really known as one of the better teams in the league. We were kind of like the mid range, maybe
Sure.
on the cusp of making playoffs, but never really made it. And all of a sudden, that year was just a really good year for us, and it made us all feel really good. We all know we needed to step up, and that it was just a huge accomplishment for all of us, and that we really just needed to all work together to make this happen. And I know for the parents that were there, they were losing their minds about it though too, because just how crazy it was for us to actually beat them.
Nice. How about you, Caitlin? You have a favorite memory?
Oh, definitely. So this one, I'm going to take you guys back to high school, okay?
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to try to draw this out, and I'm going to try to make it quick. This was over the course of 4 years, so... Now, my freshman year, I made the varsity team. I was the only freshman that made it. I thought it was rewarding. I was excited. I was like, yes, that's cool.
Congrats.
Yeah, but then we did our first scrimmage against the JV team, and they beat us. So
Oh, no.
it was a little strange. You wouldn't think a program would be that way, but yeah, that's how our team was. So come my senior year, I was just like, you know what, this will be my goal. I want to take this team to the state championship game. I think, we have a great group of girls that will be able to do it. We all respect each other. We all work well together. So that's what we kind of said as our team goal, too, was that we wanted to make it to the state championship game, which we ended up doing, So it was really awesome. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play in the state championship game. I ended up tearing my ACL the game before that.
Ouch.
So, yeah, it was a little disappointing. But, at the end of the day, we made it to the state championship. So, but no, Joe, we did not win. Yeah. So what I've learned from that is I need to start changing my goal set and saying to win the state championship game instead of make it to the state championship game.
Let's put that expectation right up front here.
Right.
Just have a better knee.
Exactly. That too. But yeah, no, so that was just really rewarding because, we were all able to come together. We focused on the same goal, and technically we were able to accomplish it. We made it. So that was awesome. And it was the first time in our team history that we were able to do that.
So it kind of sounds like you attribute your team success to a couple different factors. Joe was mentioning about unity and having that shared goal of trying to beat that team that, they historically haven't beat. And Caitlin, you put that expectation out there right at the front. It also sounds like, because of the leadership that you helped provide and bring to the team, everyone was able to kind of rally around that. How do you view teamwork as being different when it comes to accomplishments? How do you view teamwork attributing to more accomplishments versus just an individual effort?
Looking at it, biggest thing about teamwork is the group effort, is making sure that if anyone falters at all, you pick them up. Even if if they did something wrong, you still got to pick them up, and all right, let's get back at it again. Let's accomplish this, because if you don't help out your teammates, you're not really gonna succeed in what you're trying to do. As long as you have their team to support you and actually pick you back up when you're down, that's what it's all about. That's how you accomplish your goals. If you have something set, even if you have a little hiccup there, you have to pick them back up and dust yourself off.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is unique about team success versus an individual success is just that feeling of accomplishment, knowing that you did something with a group of people. For those of you that know, I was on a acro gymnastics kind of team in college, and we would do halftime shows for NBA programs. And I tell you what, Joe, you've got experience with putting out some of these gymnastics mats with me on Thursdays for our beginner tumbling program, but getting 7 of these mats out in the middle of an NBA court and then throwing the Velcro rolls and having the whole thing assembled in a matter of moments so that you can go ahead and do a 3-minute routine for a halftime show on that kind of a stage. Like there's no way you could have done that by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And to be part of a group of people that were doing that together is just such a fulfilling feeling. It's totally different from doing something on your own and knowing that you're the reason why you were successful, and knowing that you had to depend on other people and other people played a role. It's just, there's such a fulfilling feeling. I think that's what separates individual accomplishment from team accomplishment.
Yeah.
So do you guys feel like there's transferable skills that can be learned or taken from teamwork?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you can kind of apply it to anything in your life. One thing is how you apply it to work in a sense. Even for us, we all work together. We're pretty much a team. The way we run stuff here at the rec center, that if someone needs help setting up something or needs help running something, that we can all count on each other
Pitch
to
in, lend a hand.
Yeah. So if we need to, hey, no, I can come in tonight and help out, or you need to run out and get something for you. If we all kind of work together, and that's the biggest thing. That it's not an individual effort; it needs to be a team effort to kind of make it work. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yep.
It is nice to be able to rely on other people, when you're in a pinch or when you need help.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Another thing with us working together or just being a part of a team is communication. I always bring up communication and effective communication. One example that I have from that was in college now. We had to run a captain's practice. We were middle of the season. We were struggling in some areas, and communication was definitely one of them. So we tried to put together a fun little obstacle course where each player gets blindfolded, and then you have to talk them through the obstacle course without them even knowing what the obstacle course looks like. But long story short, we ended up, getting our communication down, and we won the game the next day. So
Nice.
I think that, making that effective and having a fun practice, helped out with that too.
Yeah.
I know for communication-wise, I know going off what you were saying, one of the hardest things I ever had was a couple of years ago. I went over to the Czech Republic in Prague, and I played in an international lacrosse tournament. And the team I was on was the American team, but also had a hodgepodge world team where we had guys from Canada, Finland, Germany, Turkey, and some local people from the Czech Republic.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it was awesome. It was a huge experience. It was great. It was just everything involved in it. But the one thing was all the other teams are coming in. They all play with each other, and then we're just kind of the team they kind of throw together for this tournament. I'm how are we all gonna know how to communicate with each other if
Right.
most of us don't even speak the
Yeah.
same languages? Luckily, most of them did speak English, so that helped us out a whole lot.
For sure.
And it all happened, after a night of all of us hanging out with each other and just kind of, getting to know everyone. The next day, we kind of worked really well together and getting second place in the tournament too. So it was great though. I mean, hanging out with them, all them guys that from different countries, but we all knew it's all about teamwork to be able to actually play together and make it all work together.
Right, sure. I mean, do you keep in contact with any of those folks
A couple
still?
of the guys I do. Some of the guys from Finland I do every now and then,
Nice.
and some of the guys from Germany every now and then they'll pop in and say hi or something like that too. And then one of the guys from Canada, he's down here now too. So
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
still get together with some of the folks from my gym team, back in the day on occasion. One of the other things that I think is a transferable skill that you can learn from teamwork is how do you deal with conflict, right? And I know some people who like to deal with conflict by just ignoring it or, just not engaging in it, and if doing that ostrich head in the sand thing works for you and you can ignore it and it doesn't exist now that you don't see it, that's cool. But other times you really kind of have to learn how to work through that conflict and figure out how to, like you said with your international lacrosse, how do you come together with people that have differences from you? You got to find those similarities. And, in Caitlin's example that she shared, having that common goal definitely helps to unify folks. So I think learning how to deal with conflict resolution and appreciating other people's differences is one of those transferable skills that's going to help you on later in life.
yeah.
So if you enjoyed this conversation or you want to continue and share a memory that you maybe have had in a team environment, we're going to encourage you to go ahead and tag us or share it on our social media. But with that being said, Caitlin, do we have any opportunities for folks to practice their teamwork here at the Recreation Center?
Of course we do, Jonathan. So coming up, we have a middle school indoor field hockey tournament. We have a pickleball tournament. We have the Union Futsal Cup, and we have a high school volleyball tournament coming up.
Cool. What if I wanted to do something nice for my sweetheart?
Oh, all right. So if you wanted to take a trip with your sweetheart to the Big Apple, we have the New York City trip to Midtown Manhattan on 2/16. We have the Philly Flower Show. We also have a couple other fitness-related or meditation classes like EFT for everything, Reiki 1 and 2, yoga with jazz, Zumba Gold, several martial arts classes, soul line dancing, intro to wrestling, tot and fun skate lessons, parent-child preschool swim lessons, and if you want to check out more, you can go to our website.
www.co.kent.des.us/parks-recreation.aspx.
Well, that sounds like we've got an awful lot of activities for people to engage in, Caitlin. And I tell you what, I certainly had a great time spending time with you today. If you did as well, you should check out our next episode where we'll have a guest on the show to talk about some upcoming parks and nature programs. Ooh. We're going to bring you another word from our director, and we'll talk about more upcoming programs, as well as bringing back the National Day. Catch you on the flip side.
Check you later.
Have a good day.